Okay, we're back. Back of another episode, Bartsim 23. We're still in the middle of the night. It's pretty dang late. Moose has disappeared, but we're still going strong. Let's talk to Alyssa. She's in the front here. So this is a person who's not so smart from these guys' point of view. And the smarter one's in the back. So let's talk to her.
Excuse me, could you get me a clean glass? And I mean clean, not just wiped 3 times with a dirty rag.
Sorry, but who are you?
My name is Alyssa Murray, and I'm here with my husband,
This is
a
the
very
angle.
important cloth merchant. But surely you must have heard about our family. Not to
Surely.
brag, but we are rather prominent. I am famed amongst Camelot's courtiers for throwing the most magnificent feasts.
Your dress is showing a lot of cleavage. I mean, unique.
Thank you. I designed it myself. I wanted to blend in with the people of the South. The savage tribes, the brave light keepers. I wanted to make an homage to them with my new style. And I do believe I've succeeded. I can feel everyone here gazing at me with awe.
I mean, they're gazing at you. Yes, definitely. Everyone says your dress is quite exquisite. Perception, question mark. I don't have any good perception. There's no way I get away with that. Everyone here has been staring at you because you look ridiculous. So this is like if I just like walking the line of being a little subtle. We can try. We haven't done a mystery one. We'll try.
Give it a few weeks and everyone here will be trying to copy me. It happens in Camelot all the time. It's almost insufferable.
Was it successful?
Well, my Duncan is here on business, of course. A very important contract with the Light Keepers. I decided to accompany him because I have never been to the South, and I've heard so much about its wild, untamed beauty. So far, it's turned out to be terribly dull. And the smell... it's like stale fish and sweat. Hopefully, I don't have to suffer it much longer.
Hopefully.
Pray, tell me, do you know anyone here who would run a small errand for me?
What kind of errand? Ooh, you're in luck. I can run an errand for you for a price.
Oh, of course. You know, I've always found talking about money so distasteful. But needs must, I suppose. Don't worry, you'll be handsomely rewarded.
Perfect. What kind of errand you got?
Oh, nothing major.
Oh, this is super major.
You see, I've had my eye on this beautiful abandoned estate overlooking the sea. It's not very far from here, but it's far enough away from all this rabble. If we stay here for a while, I need a place for myself. You understand that, right? No offense, but I can't keep living in a filthy room at an inn.
Okay.
When I asked the innkeeper to draw me a bath, he brought me a bucket. A bucket! Can you imagine?
Oh no, I don't think I can. Sounds like a terrible ordeal. I have a feeling she's not so smart, so maybe she won't notice.
Finally, someone sympathetic to my plight.
I
My
think that's
Duncan's been
success.
heartless about it. He just keeps going on about how I was the one who wanted to come here. He told me to deal with it. Can you believe that? The nerve of the man.
Wait, does he know about your plans for your estate?
Well, what he doesn't know can't hurt him, can it? He should be glad that I can take care of myself. I'm not like the other high-born women, sitting around waiting to be handed everything on a silver platter. And besides, he knows better than to say no to me.
Goodness. I'll get to the point.
Fine. The problem is that the manor appears to have some occupants, not legal ones, mind you, who need to be evicted. Forcibly, if there's no other way. You'll do it for me, won't you, dear? Splendid. I can't wait to start decorating. Maybe something nautical to go with the sound of the waves crashing on the cliffs? Or do you think that's a trifle trite?
Okay, the 1%. Okay, fair enough. Hopefully those are actually outlaws, because if it's like anyone else, I'm not going to do that.
Hello, child. You look competent enough. I can see that you're not of noble blood. Oh, no need to tell me that. I have tutored the children of aristocrats from all over Avalon. Fortunately for you, my opinion of them is not particularly high. Oh, and you don't look like one of the locals. Are you a visitor? Or an adventurer?
What's it to you?
You can talk. Now, I'm sure we'll get along. My name is Lady Elaine. I oversee the FoA Library, the greatest collection of books in this part of Avalon.
You don't say. Huh? Great to meet you. What are you doing here?
Oh, biding my time until a brave adventurer with a death wish comes along and asks if there's anything they can help me with.
Oh, can I help you out? Tell me what you need.
Oh, surprising. I'm looking for someone who will help me find a certain artifact. So, are you interested, child?
There's like weird like screen tearing or something like, look at that. Look at the ears. What in the world? I think it's something to do with the RTX stuff, but I don't know. This child needs to know the details first.
I came to the Horns of the South because I found a fascinating book. It referred to a certain object, a figure most likely, which has the ability to dispel the wordness like a menhir can.
Oh.
Apparently, it can be found on the ship called Andraste,
Ooh.
which sank over 100 years ago somewhere in this area.
Okay.
However, when I asked those nincompoops about it, they just laughed at me. They said that the Andraste wasn't carrying anything of value, and even if it was, they wouldn't freeze their butts off in those chilly waters.
Tell me about this book.
The Last Voyage of the Andraste by Elvis the Lightkeeper. He was one of the more notable keepers. In his waning years, he became an adjutant to Captain Lex. But it's best if you read it yourself. You can read, can't you? But just be very careful. This is a very rare publication. Read it very carefully, and after you're done, come to me, and I'll tell you more. A deal?
Fine. You could you hand me the book, my lady?
Ah, and they say young people don't want to learn anything. Come on, chop, 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 get to reading.
Fair enough. Let's read it. Author Avalon the Lightkeeper. It was not a good place, especially not for humans. The odd instruments used for God knows what, the signs written in a strange language, and that disturbing figure. To this day, the mere memory of it makes me shiver. And to think that all of this was, and maybe still is, lurking so close to the Horns of the South. If you ask me, they should bury the entrance to the mine and seal it up forever. I tried to convince Captain Lex not to take anything from those accursed chambers, but he wouldn't listen to me. The four-armed figure, didn't look all like that much to me, but I could see how alluring it was to the captain. It reminded me of those strange mirhans I heard about from the inland villages. We've already run across these guys. These are the ones we saw Arthur fighting, actually. Only not so impressive in stature. The small ones, okay? On the captain's orders, we threw the cargo into the hold and steered it towards the island of the dead. And its island asylum. Island of the Dead. Writing these words, reflecting on everything that happened afterwards, I realized how cruel that name is. This is a long one. I was wrenched from my musings by a roaring sound, almost like a clap of thunder. It knocked me off my feet, flinging me at the mast like a rag doll. It took a while for me to realize that something had hit the bottom of the ship, something huge. Water flooded the deck, and people were running around screaming. Well, at least those who hadn't already been thrown off board earlier. I had no idea what was happening. Did Nolly ram us into some rocks? Then came another blow, and this time port side. That was when I saw her. Every sailor in the South has heard the stories of the terror of the deep. And there she was. Her scaly body gleamed before my eyes for only a moment, but it was a sight that I'll never forget as long as I live. The ship was sinking, yet I could not stop staring at the spot where I had just seen the sea monster. A moment later, a piece of mast hit me in the head, and I lost consciousness. To this day, I do not know whether I owe my survival to the will of the gods, a twist of fate, or the whim of a monster. Why me? Why was I chosen to tell this story? If so, then then that is what I shall do. I humbly offer my thanks to the forces I cannot comprehend for giving me a chance to fill this task. Interesting.
And? Have you read The Last Voyage of the Andraste?
Yes.
Oh, splendid, splendid. Oh, it's an excellent book, don't you think? Now, let's test your reading comprehension.
Oh, fine.
According to Elvis the Lightkeeper, in the mine near the Horns of the South, they found something that they took with them on the ship. Do you remember what that was, child?
Oh, gosh. I think it was a figure of the Ford Dweller.
That's right. This is the artifact I'm looking for. One that might be vital to repelling the wordness. According to Elvis's description, the figure is smaller than a menhir, and light enough that they were able to carry it to the ship without any trouble.
Right.
Were it small, it would probably have been placed in Captain Lex's quarters instead of in the hold. I've estimated it should be about 1 meter tall.
It's pretty tall, though.
Next question.
Okay.
What was the Andraste's destination?
Believe the Island of the Dead.
Correct. Be very careful with what I'm about to tell you. But some believe that the Red Priests are dedicated to studying the wordness instead of the Red Death.
Man, I wouldn't imagine.
Must have thought they'd pay him generously for a Ford Dweller artifact. Last question. What sank the Andraste?
Oh, that's an easy one. It's a sea monster.
Yes, you did well, child. I can see that you were paying attention. According to Elvis, the Andraste was sunk by the legendary terror from the deep. But if you want to know more, ask your keeper friends. They should be much better informed. Now, all you need to do is find the wreck of the Andraste and retrieve the mysterious figure.
Where did I exactly sink?
Oh, if only I knew. It must have happened somewhere on the way between the Horns of the South and the Island Asylum. Oh, but where exactly? Fortunately, I know something that could help us.
Go on.
In the Horns of the South Museum, there are some extremely interesting books and documents lying around and collecting dust. Can you imagine having such treasures at hand and choosing to completely ignore them? Oh, barbarians. Among them, you'll find the Andraste's logbook, which was saved by Elvis. I've read it, of course, but I know nothing about sailing. I'm sure such a competent child as yourself will handle it much better.
Something you
Go to
don't
the
know,
Horns of
huh?
the South Museum, read the logbook, and then tell me whether you managed to locate the wreck of the Andraste.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I like her. She's neat. Anything that can repel the weirdness, too, is probably worth my time. Alright, let's see if we can find this old man. This guy looks like an old man. Yep, there he is.
Bloody hell, look at this! The old place is in a shambles. Bunch of decrepit old coots. They do nothing but shuffle around, stare at walls, and sleep under leaking roofs. Can't even hammer a nail properly. I'm telling you, if I was still working here, this place wouldn't be falling apart. Ah, but I'm not. Ah, shite. I can't even stand to look at it, let alone live here. And who are you? What you want? You another one of Durar's freeloaders?
Well, yes, Draug sent me.
I bloody knew it. Retirement my arse. It's shit. Never a moment of peace. At least when I was still working, there was always something to do. Now, so, what you want?
Here's your medicine.
One day, my boy got it into his stupid head that old Gaban is ill. Bullshit. They're all telling me I should do something about it, or else I'm done for. I'll be dead as a doornail in no time. Ha! Like hell I will. I'm still here, ain't I? I've served my time. I've lived me life. And now you can all kiss my ass. So there.
Ooh, perception 25%. All right, suit yourself. I'll leave you your peace quiet for now. You don't look so good. Maybe you should do something about it. Perception 25%. We can try.
Peace and quiet. Good one. I'll only have my peace and quiet when I'm finally dead. And that ain't gonna happen soon. At least when I'm with Finley, I don't need to listen to his nagging. Listen, they wanted Heber, that healer from the keep, to come here. He did. They wanted him to look me over. He did. Then he just threw up his hands, mumbled something to himself, and that was it. Hell, I should have been an healer. Wouldn't mind going around being a pain in everyone's arse for a living. These herbs. No idea what they're for. Heber said he doesn't know what's wrong with me, so there's no illness. I'm fit as a fiddle. Ah, good thing that at least the one guy who hangs around, Finley's the name, doesn't nag me all the time.
Dark wanted me to come see you. He didn't have a pass. I think he cares.
Yeah, right. He'd better focus on his job.
So, Finley is your caregiver?
Curious, aren't you? Fetch me a drink and we'll see about a chat.
Fine. Here. I will give you some mead.
Ah. So, what was your question?
So, Finley.
Hold on. Finley is not my caregiver. He's my helper at most. Hey, first of all, I'm not a cripple who needs a decrepit dimwit running round after me. Secondly, do you know the problem with having a helper who's mute? He doesn't bloody talk.
I see.
I mean, it's not all bad. At least I don't have to listen to even more bullshit. He puffs up like a marshmallow every time he tries to say something. But I don't understand shit.
But you're the father?
What's got you so nosy? Pour me a drink and I might open up.
Fine. Here's ale.
Ah. So, what was your question?
He's a drunk. That's what he is.
That's what he says anyway. But yeah, he's my blood. Eager like me, and look at that bulbous nose. Won't disown what's clearly mine. But I ain't gonna talk with a stranger.
Okay, father son together. That must be alright.
It's like half the blighters here don't have working peckers. Or they've never even touched a woman.
Alright.
What's got you so nosy? Pour me a drink and I might open up.
Fine. Here's one more mead. No, here's an ale.
Ah. So, what was your question?
Should I gave him moonshine? He'd be dead by now.
You see, back in the day, being a keeper was a serious business. Now, don't even get me started. You used to come here with a mission, not to run away from your bloody mother. Nowadays, lads get brought here by their own kin when they've had enough of them, or they think the Orns can hide them from the law. No, back in my day, there was none of this scum. I came here to serve. My girl cried when I left her, but I've always known this is where I wanted to be. How was I supposed to know she had a bloody bun in the oven? By the time the wean was born, I was already planning the lighthouse's construction.
But he came here for you?
Heck knows what he came here for. That's not my problem anymore, and I don't stick my nose in anyone else's business.
Went off topic when I asked you about your service in the Horns.
Why all the poking around? Get me something to drink and we'll talk.
Fine.
Ah. So, what was your question?
This guy's annoying.
I'm starting to like you, stranger. And trust me, it's been a long time since I liked, well, anybody. I liked me brothers in arms back in my glory days. Good lads, every damn one of them. Tough as nails, loyal to a fault. A kind of men you'd want beside you in the darkest holes of Avalon. But they're gone now, all of them. The old captain got it in his head to send us down to rediscover some mouldy tunnels under the keep.
Oh.
Damn fool mission that was. We went in together, but I was the only one to come back out.
Oh, shit.
I can still see all their faces when I close my eyes.
What happened?
A hard loss it was, but I'm still here. Oh, some days I wonder why.
Are we talking about the crypt? Tell me more about that.
You sure have a lot of questions. Grab me a drink first, then we'll see.
Fine. I do need... I want to note this is actually something I'm worth spending on here.
So, what was your question?
Come on, dude.
Those tunnels, right. Well, me and the lads went down there to check if we could repurpose them under the horns. Damn full mission that was. But it wasn't just some empty caves. There were monsters, straight out of Age of Legends. Sick stuff. Stuff to get under your skin. Looked like... hell. Memories all twisted up now. Like a bloody nightmare mixed with shadows that don't belong. Want to know more? Speak with Fergus. He's in charge of this shit show now. Now, I propose a toast to those lost souls. This one's on me.
Hey, fair enough. To your brothers in arms. May they rest in peace.
Peace, you say. Problem is, sometimes I think they never died. They haunt me in my dreams, you know. Bloody bastards. I swear I wanted to go back and retrieve their bodies. But our late captain, like Grindelows piss on his grave, forbade me from going back. But when I drink, I usually pass out, and then I don't remember my dreams. So, I drink. My brothers deserved better.
Okay. Well, along the one track. Okay, so, the way he says about his comrades never leaving, still alive, makes me think there's some kind of weird undead stuff happening. What is this guy doing? You just okay. Man, nothing. I guess you're doing nothing. What's this? A wooden villa. Dream of owning a property by the sea? Welcome to the Driftwood Hollow. Claim where you can try the way the charm is salty and the houses are ventilated and the views are mostly unobstructed by a collapsing pier. Every home here tells a story, mainly about leaky roofs, creaky floors, and ghosts who might cover your heating bill. Buy now before the seagulls claim your squatter's rights. Okay, 20,000. That's quite a lot. But that's cool. We can own a house here. That's actually awesome. It's kind of it's got its charm, I guess. Interesting. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Look around a bit more. Looks like someone's fishing out there. Did promise to fix up a dock. Hey, this is not stealing. That's how you know you're not stealing, was when you about to grab stuff from a thing and you say, this is not stealing. And then, you know, you're free. You're free to take what you like. Hey, if this stuff's free, I mean, I'm not gonna say no. I don't see red on it, I take. Anyway, let's look around a bit more. This fisherman guy, let's talk to him. This is not a fisherman, this is a guard, I think, but look at that same outfit. Alright, fisher dude, what's up? Berg.
What do you want? Who are you?
This is who we were supposed to talk to because of the guy inside. He asked me to speak with you.
Guess Guess he's got nobody else to get pissed with. Finley never liked drinking alone with him. Titan tends to get into one of his moods. And? What? That's all? You're bothering me just because that old rascal is sitting alone in the inn with nobody to natter to. You people, bugger off.
Okay. I thought you guys were drinking buddies. Alright, guess not. So we need 50 wood to repair this. Oh my god, okay. We gotta go freaking become lumberjacks for a while. Hey bud.
Buy something or bugger off. Unless you've already bought from Orla. Then just bugger off.
Orloff. Oh, this is about Orloff.
I wouldn't mind knowing that myself. She stole a lucrative business contract out from under me and my family. Then made herself at home here. Damn those Timberwall merchants. Everyone's always yammering about Timberwall. Timber this, timber that. Bugger them all. Remember, good business, only with Connacht. Fair prices, no bullshit.
You're from Connacht?
Yes, Connacht. From a merchant family, to be specific. Though I've always wanted to join the Royal Geographers. To chart the uncharted.
That's a cool drink.
But I broke my leg.
Oh.
Badly enough that I couldn't travel anymore.
That's sad. Yeah, what about that?
You've never heard of them?
No.
They're a guild of explorers.
That's
dating
cool.
back to the age of legends. They travel across Avalon, documenting all the lost and forgotten places, crawling through hidden caves, discovering old ruins. That's what LSA and I dreamed of.
LSA.
Though
Familiar
one
name.
of us got to live it.
Oh. Who's LSA? I feel like I know that. Maybe not, though.
Well, a friend from back home. It was a long time ago. We were both snot-nosed kids who didn't know any better. We'd run around Connacht, drawing maps of every corner we could find. And on the farms, LSA insisted on marking every stone in the fields. My mother used to get on my ass for wasting so much paper and charcoal. Good times.
Little waste? I don't think so.
She got in with the geographers, started running errands for them. Well, it was right after my accident. I might have acted a bit rashly. Said some things I shouldn't have. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
We stopped talking, and then she left Connacht. Haven't seen her since.
That's sad. Hate to break that friendship up on a bad note there, leaving. What was the most unexpected thing about this place?
First thing I did when I arrived was ask the locals what this village is called. And they just said, wait for it, the village.
Fair enough.
There's also a sunken village nearby. So I asked them what that one was called, and they said, the Sunken Village. So I asked what it was called before it was flooded, and they told me, the village. How do you even work with that?
Creative bunch here, huh? How do you pursue potential customers by being rude? How's that working out for you? How long have you been at your business near the Horns of the South?
Long enough to know what sells. Not that I'd mind having a wider selection of goods, you know. Some more options on offer. But people here don't need much, so what you see is all I have.
Okay.
Then there's the refugees. For now, I guess they're good business. But long term, doubt it. Sooner or later, they'll run out of money. They don't have any way to earn it since no one wants them here.
Great.
They'll
Yeah,
get
that
kicked
sucks.
out, or they'll just leave and not come back. But there'll be others around to keep the businesses running, more or less.
So I'm just gonna call out you were kind of rude at the beginning.
Pursue potential customers. Listen here, pal. Clearly you don't understand how trading works in a place like this.
I guess not.
I've no idea where you come from, but here, it's the potential customer who needs to pursue the vendor. And that vendor decides to sell to them or not. It's the vendor who makes the decision, not the other way around. How many people here do you think are offering to exchange goods for coins? I'll tell you, not bloody many.
You mentioned Olaf.
Yeah, Orla.
Orla.
A woman merchant from the keep. Go on, try giving her your money. I bet she'll just shortchange you and call it a day. She has no wit and no finesse when it comes to trading.
If you say so. Well, you do have some stew. Wouldn't mind some stew. A fishing rod. Yeah, I'll buy that. From now on, whenever you're near water, you can catch fish. Precise equipment. Okay. Very good. Allow scouting. 8. Yeah, sure. Now we can use that and we can zoom in. Oh, sick. Okay. Perfect. You can now use bios. Oh, you can mark things too. Oh, very cool. Okay. Some more lock picks. We have a shovel already. Only thing I might want to get is the food, but I feel like we can make food. So, really the only thing I want right now, maybe potatoes or like grains. We can buy the potatoes. 24. Yeah, let's do that. You know, yeah, I feel like, I don't know what I mean, fish. We have a lot of stuff to make food. I feel like it's probably worth having like a bunch of food we can make. I don't want to spend all my money though. We'll go with that for now. Make my own food. Let's see here. Cabbage rolls. Cooked vegetables. We want something a little better than 11. Cabbage rolls. I think we can... Let's do an experiment. Onion, carrot, and filet fish. I feel like that's got to be good. Fish soup. Fish soup. Where's fish soup? It's got to be this one, right? Cabbage rolls. Can only make one fish soup. I apparently only could. I'd have carrots. Can we do that with a leek? Parsley? Okay. Guess not. Yeah, I don't know. We can make one of these. We might as well. I'm not going to do that. Onion bun. Yeah. Okay. We'll experiment another time. If we get some more money, I might just buy them out and start making a lot of random things. But we're kind of low on the monies. You know what? This is kind of a pretty view. Let's see. I kind of want to try out the sketchbook thing. Maybe something like that. It's kind of cool. Sketchbook. Draw a picture. That's so cool. Can we look at them? Draw a picture. Oh, okay, yeah, it did do it. A sketch. Ah, that's so cool. Oh, that's awesome. I don't know if we need more than that. We could sell it for one. Okay, that was really cool. I'm gonna do that from now on. When I run into places that are really pretty. I love that they added that. That's actually such a fun little feature. Makes me quite happy. Is there anyone else we need to talk to here? I think we're good. I wouldn't mind to talk to the person this guy bit. Must be up here though. I hit X again. Oh my gosh. I'm wasting potions, dude. So sad. Actually, let's make sure of this. Is this big potions? It is. Ah, that hurts. That's fine. Can't do anything about it. Hello. You seem kind of scary.
I hope Kate isn't making Morris do anything horrible. Do you need help settling in, dear? This isn't the best day to start a new life in this place, but we don't always get to choose, do we? What a nasty business with that boy. I'm almost glad my Morris isn't here for this. He's such a bleeding heart.
I heard you had a strange dream some time ago.
A dream? Oh, yes. There was one, but I don't quite remember what it was about.
Really?
I'm sorry, dear.
Okay. What happened to the boy?
Oh, I'm not sure, love. I don't move around too much. I just heard about that fight with the road keeper, and now poor Cole's locked up in a cage. Him and Patrice make such a lovely young couple. They remind me of Morris and me when we were their age.
I'm not a refugee. I just have some business in the keep.
I'm sorry, dear. I hope I didn't offend you.
No,
I'm
that's
still
fine.
not used to all this. You see, I was born in Little Grove and thought I would live out the rest of my life there, working in the orchards in the mornings and drinking warm cider with my beloved in the evenings. We never wanted to see the world. I guess sometimes the world doesn't give us a choice, does it?
I guess not. Avalon is a harsh land, it seems.
That's what people say, but I never agreed. I weathered many storms with my Morris, coming out stronger each time. Avalon taught us to cherish the little joys of our everyday life. Without those lessons, we wouldn't have survived what happened to our village.
What happened to you?
Little Grove was raided by bandits, a local gang that had been terrorizing the area for months,
Well, that sucks.
growing in numbers with each raid.
No one did anything, huh?
Their leader, Bald Kate they called her,
Bald Kate.
somehow got hold of a branding iron used to mark outlaws. After pillaging a village, she'd brand some men and women of her choosing.
Wow.
That way, Kate made sure nobody would ever help them. And that they'd have
Damn.
no choice but to turn to her if they wanted to survive.
Dude, that's rough.
My Morris used to be a skilled tanner. I guess that's why she picked him.
Oh. Did he stay with the bandits?
Yes, I asked him to. He wanted to run with me, but he was still feverish after the branding. I was worried he'd die on the road. Now, I don't have many kind words for Kate, but she doesn't like her efforts to go to waste. As long as he stayed, she'd make sure he was healed. I hated leaving him there, and I hate to think of what she's making him do, but I hope he's at least still alive.
Where's the camp?
From what I've heard, they decided to stay in Little Grove for a while, drinking my cider to the last drop, no doubt. Not like they have to worry about the authorities. The only ones we saw were the Camelot tax collectors who came by once a year. Other than that, not a uniform in sight since I was a little girl.
I'll keep an eye out for your husband.
Oh, Mother bless you, my dear. That's all I could ask for. Please, let me know as soon as you learn anything.
What's it like living here?
At first, it wasn't so bad. But now it gets worse every day. We just sit around here, doing nothing. Don't get me wrong, we have food, we have a roof over our heads, and we're grateful for that. But no one trusts us enough to let us do any work.
That
None
sucks.
of us wants to be a freeloader, as they call us. I wouldn't mind a task or two to earn my keep and to take my mind off my troubles. I might not be all hale and hearty, but I've still got two good hands, which is more than you can say about some of the codgers living here.
Fair.
Take care of yourself, love.
The tale of old his time here with the refugees. Just not letting them work. Ooh, parsley, you say?
Just stayed asleep.
Ellis. Okay. Frang. Don't know if I need to talk to these guys or not, but I guess we should. I've honestly been pretty happy with how much dialogue and like how interesting these characters are. Sometimes you just like run across a person who's just like says like stuff that doesn't really have much background. But honestly, it's kind of interesting because like this game, they're almost explaining why no one's doing anything, which is kind of a typical RPG city thing where like people are just sitting around. But that's kind of like what these guys are doing, and it's like goes with the lore of what's happening. Like the commander in chief pretty much told them they can't do shit, and no one wants to hire the refugees to do anything that they can trust. So they're sitting extra. So interesting. Let's talk to Frank.
Something happened. Frang listens.
Frank listens. I heard you all had a strange dream some time ago.
Frang doesn't know dream. Frang calls them visions. And yes, Frang had one not long ago. Alone,
Frang.
surrounded by wolves. They were no aggressive, so Frang felt no fear. It was they who feared Frang. Then, I caught the scent of blood and followed it. But I didn't reach the end. The vision stopped. Now, Frang waits for the next one to see what's ahead.
Interesting. I mean, we should just see what everyone has to offer here on their information, right?
I'm not from anywhere. Frang is attached to nowhere. I found a home with Dugald. I owe him a life debt.
A life debt, okay. What do you think of this place?
A place without a leader. As I see it, it will finally fall apart. One way or another.
Yeah, that's a fair assumption, honestly. What about the people you came with?
Now they're a bit like Frang. Strays with no home. But Reese is strong, despite what happened with Cole. Ellis. He's funny. I like him. Rawson. I know nothing about her. And Dugald. A man who became Frank's father. He has my gratitude.
Interesting. How do you know?
There are no tales about a place that survived without a strong leadership. And it's not about kings, nobleshites, or chieftains. Titles are just words that pull the wool over a man's eyes. What's needed is a strong soul with a strong name. And their names mean as much as Frang's. Which is to say, nothing.
I like Frang.
Don't bother.
Have you met the keepers before?
Frang never met the keepers, but the unnamed boy did. Once, a few of them, many years ago, we fought. The unnamed boy survived even though he showed fear. Shouldn't do that.
Why did the unnamed boy fight the keepers?
The keepers approached the camp of the boy's people, but that past does not belong to Frang. I'm Frang.
I see. You've separated yourself from that boy with no name. Okay, you're the father figure here?
I've already told you I'm not going anywhere. If you want something from me, then... Oh, I don't know you. I'm Dugald.
Dugald.
You're not one of us. And you're not local either. You could have chosen a better time to come here. Kind of poor ambience, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, at least we have a roof over our heads.
Heard you had a dream.
What? Ah, yes. The people are making a fuss over nothing. A dream is just a dream. No need to dwell on it.
How'd you end up here?
My boy Frang and I came here with the others. We left our village because we had to. Well, I had to. But Frang is a good lad, so he came with me. I took him in, you know. Found the poor sod at the mill, sleeping in the hay. He was chilled to the bone back then. But I could tell he'd be a strong lad once he thawed out. He used to help out on the farm.
You know where he comes from?
He's young, but he already has a couple of tattoos. Tribal ones. Means he must have been cast out of the Del Rita.
Del Rita.
First, people in our village gave him dirty looks. But then they realized he wasn't a bandit.
He was a good, hard-working kid. Then they started to treat him as one of their own.
Why did he tell you why he was cast out?
Frang is a quiet boy, and he doesn't talk much about himself. I feel like those days with the Reader are long buried for him. Almost like he never lived them.
He separated himself from it. He's a different person now. I get it. How's life here?
To be honest, I'm a bit confused about what's going on. Usually it was me who yelled at everyone, and now I feel like a drudge. And this nasty thing with Coll. Poor lad. Shouldn't have ended like that. He and Beatrice got along very well. Let me tell you something. When I saw all these wrinklies around here, I thought this place would suit me. But then all this shit happened. I suspect we won't stay here long.
Yeah? Where are you from, though?
Roscree. Few shacks and a small field of grain. I was a miller back there. My daughter married a good, hard-working man. Eventually, I gave them the mill.
Still helped around, but wanted to let the young folks learn how to work there. Then this kid, Frang, came along. Everything seemed to be going pretty well.
What happened?
Of course, something happened. Life here can't just be bearable. Oh no. Everything has to get screwed up somehow. That's the way it goes in this cursed land. My dear Trina and her bairn. They got caught by a weird beast. I started to hit the bottle, and finally, my son-in-law kicked me out. I left Roscree, and so did Frang. He says he has some kind of life debt, and he won't leave me alone until one of us drops dead.
I'm sorry about your daughter.
I'm sorry too.
Interesting. Okay, last person to talk to. Ellis, you're apparently funny.
You've come to put me in the cage.
Yes, it's an official order. No, what?
Sorry. Just a bit of grim humor. You know, about what's been happening here. Such a mess, isn't it? Cola's all right, and Beatrice, what a shame. Such a fine girl. Anyway, I'm Ellis. Nice to meet you. What do you need?
I should have met him at his level. I didn't pass the vibe check. Heard you all had a strange dream. I want to hear about it.
There was a dream. Strangest bloody thing out of all the strange shite I've seen. When we woke up, we realised that every one of us had a weird night. I was out in the wild. I had this feeling like something was chasing me. But it was Col who really had it rough. Poor sod was moping around afterwards like he'd been hit by a sack of bricks.
Interesting. It sounds to me very much so that I think the correlation of all the dreams is they were all in danger. Well, no, Frang actually was the opposite. There was wolves, but he wasn't afraid of the wolves. He smelt blood and chased something else. So, I don't know. I feel like something attacked them all in the dream, but everyone got away except Cole. But then, that's weird, isn't it? Okay, I don't know. Did something change about him? What did Cole tell you what it was?
No, he
About?
didn't talk to me or anyone else in the group. Guess he didn't want us to worry, especially his lass.
But he said he woke up thinking he got bit by something. So I'm assuming something chased them all, but he was the only one caught in a dream and got bit. Like some Freddy Krueger shit.
Yes and no, to be honest. See, Cole has always been quick to anger, especially when things went sour. And back then, an awful lot of things were going to shite. But this time, I don't know, it felt different. He didn't even bother chatting with Patrice. Normally, they're a good couple, a real match, if you ask me.
Okay. That night, when you had a strange dream, were you on night watch, weren't you?
Right. I admitted to them that I'd fallen asleep. My eyelids felt like they weighed a ton, and before I knew it, I was out. Maybe it's stupid, but I had this strange feeling, like something was inviting me into that dream of me. Don't ask me why. Feels mad just talking about it now, but, well, we were all dead tired, so it's probably just that.
Frank, what can you tell me about him?
Frank? That boy is golden, I'm telling you. Smart, nice, quiet though. He keeps his head down. Only once did I see him angry, and whoa, that was something. I thought he was going to kill me on the spot.
Oh.
That was back on the road, right after we met. We came here later.
He got angry at you?
He sure did. I nicked Dugald's roast squirrel. It was the last one.
Oh.
Supposed to be his. But I forgot. I felt really bad about it. Normally, Dugald would tear me a new one. You know how it is. Miller's blood runs hot. But when Fran lunged at me, Dugald was speechless, completely shocked. Cole had to calm Frank down. Cole was a great guy.
Do you think he could steal?
Frank, a thief? Nah, not a chance. He's got principles. Frank's not just your regular
I feel like
Avalonian kid.
that's out of
He's
left
differently,
field to say that.
Like he's not from here. If they were to hang him, I'd take his place. Well, no I wouldn't. But you know what I mean. Frank's a good one. Truly.
Okay. Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm Ellis. Goldsmithing is my life and passion.
Goldsmithing?
Between you and me, I feel like I'm losing my mind without it. When I hold tools and make beautiful things, it feels like I can bring some light into this wretched world.
Dude, I got a blacksmith who needs you.
Where I could just do some goldsmithing, but I'm a bit scared. So, here I am, sitting on my ass in some village listening to waves and the screams of seagulls and old men. Nothing to write home about, even if I still had one.
What were you doing before joined the
I was
others?
working as a goldsmith in a group of, let's call them business people.
Business people.
I was once traveling with a caravan that got attacked by him. Their chief was a smart guy. The moment he heard I was a goldsmith, he knew what to do with me. He got me converting all the jewelry they stole into new pieces.
I see.
Do you want to hear what I did once?
Let's hear it.
We went to Timberwall. The gang wanted to rob some merchant's house. We holed up in a seedy tavern and waited for the right moment. Then, one night they broke in. Came back with a whole load of trinkets. Beautiful stuff. The moment I saw it all, I instantly knew what I wanted to craft.
Oh yeah?
They gave me a couple of days. I tinkered for a bit, and then, ta-da! Brand new merchandise. After I was finished, I dressed myself all nice. Went to that merchant's house and went, "Good morning, kind sir. I'm a goldsmith. My work is renowned in all of Camelot. Would you be interested in what I have to offer?" You know what he said? "Of course I would." That nonce bought the entire lot, even though I inflated the prices like a street peddler. And when I came back, the others couldn't believe their eyes. I thought I was gonna keel over. I miss that.
It sounds like you had a good time. Okay, so he's a goldsmith. I feel like we can talk to the blacksmith guy and they can like figure something out together. Hey, don't mind if I do. Nice. like stars over there, but I guess that's protecting them from the no one's really mentioned this barrier outside. I feel like that's stopping the weirdness clouds coming in. So I wonder if that's why the captain has told people to not go out. You know what? Before we go back up there, let's go talk to the guy who wanted to talk to his drinking friend, and just tell him that he said to get off his case. We're also about to end the episode, so, and I think I'll have to call it the night after that. Getting a little tired.
Off you go.
Well, I don't know what does it. Oh wait, there's something on the board. Wait, go back. Hold up. Warning, unauthorized entry to the castle grounds will be strictly punished. Also, please refrain from bringing any more gifts of bread. The seagulls have already eaten enough already enough of a nuisance. Okay. The herring of the south fishing records. Finley trout, 96 centimeters. Okay, so it's like everyone has different things. Okay. I beg you, please do not take everything we own. We may be refugees, but that doesn't mean our belongings are for anyone to take. Notice, a right shoe was found on the beach. Please pick it up at the tavern, but bring proof that you own the left one. Okay, fair enough. Is there anything up here? Is it chest? Is it just my stash? You know what? I can put stuff in that stash. Let's put some of this stuff. Don't mind if I do. Okay. Well, we're just about at the end here. I guess let's walk back up. What I'm thinking we might have to do for the dream thing is go to where they camped and also camp there and go to sleep. I think we'll have a dream, and then we might be able to interact in that dream and figure out what happened to Cole. I haven't fixed the dock yet, so there's no reason to talk to him. But we should talk to, what's his name up here, about his father, if he's still out. If not, maybe we should sleep. Yeah, he's not here. Well, I guess that's when we'll end it then. I feel like there's pretty much these 2 sessions of me whispering the whole time. It's just been talking sessions for everyone in the village. Hopefully that's, you know, people are pretty interested in that. I really like getting into these kind of situations where you like learn everything about the people in a village and kind of see what the story of what's going on and the hardships. It seems like, honestly, like if the people who live here could just like put the refugees, like actually trust them and get them work, I mean, it seems like they'd prosper. But a lot of stuff's happening in the chain command. Also, where are the 2 lighthouses? Is that one? Because there's 2 there. I don't know. I still think about the triangulating thing. Anyway, I'm gonna have to end it here, and we'll continue back, and hopefully I won't have to whisper anymore. I'll probably play some more tomorrow if I can get away with it. Yeah, this is a fun game. I highly suggest, if any of this has been interesting to you, it's a very cool game, so highly suggest. I feel like I might want to play this in different ways for just learning like all the combat stuff we can do is kind of cool. Looks like we can level up. We could do that real quick. I do want to kind of like get some, I want to get the spirituality up so we can use that wand. Anyway, very cool game. Hopefully you like everything. You've enjoyed this so far. I'm certainly enjoying it. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.